What's up, guys? Zeenigami here, and let's go through Tier 3 Zoro Sanji Bond Battle on the Japanese version One Piece Treasure Cruise. Remember that there's 3 different levels of fights. Basically, the difference is that Tier 3 costs 20 tokens. It gives you better tickets as rewards. You can always do the Tier 1 or Tier 2, or you can do Tier 3 and even plan on losing. Because when you lose, you're given the option to ask a friend to beat it for you, and then if you see these snails glowing red, you can click on that, and then you can go beat the whatever friend is asking for help, and then you both get the rewards. So if you want, you can have high-level friends, do Tier 3, lose, and anyone who has a snail glowing can do a fight every 30 minutes. So as a high-level player, you kind of want to have a lot of low-level players who are dying a bunch of times in a row. So that way you can get more and more fights that you can do every 30 minutes or so. So you can do that. Or you can do the lower difficulties and just actually plan on beating them with actual teams yourselves. So each of the different versions is a different fight. That's going to be red, purple, and blue. We're going to go over free-to-play options for all 3 of those. Against the red version, we're basically going to be using a carrot team. Basically, everyone wants to use a carrot team. Now, you can just out-damage it, but the reason we really want carrot is because there is a 50% damage reduction shield on the final stage, and having carrot really helps on that. Important to note, very, very, very important to note, is that Weevil and Limited Rare Recruit Uji have their stats doubled and cooldowns reduced by 15 turns. And each of the 3 different versions of the fight will reduce the cooldowns of different types of characters. So for this one, we have Dex, Quick, and Int characters special cooldown reduced by 18 turns. So basically our entire team gets to start ready. Easy, easy, easy. Magellan here is easily replaceable. We're only using him for his stats being increased on Carrot. He's double types boosted by Carrot, and we're really only using him to kill Dawson here, but you don't need it at all. There's only 3 stages to this fight, so teams are going to have to either stall for a total of about 6 turns on turn 1, 7 turns if you include the preemptive attack. On turn 2 here, every single mini-boss you fight on turn 3 will rewind your specials for 5 turns and continue to rewind specials for 5 turns every 2 turns. So you want to kill them within the first 2 turns if possible. And then you get into stage 3. So you only get about 10-ish turns of stalling, a little bit more if you have captain abilities that reduce your cooldowns or ships that reduce cooldowns. But you have to be very, very careful about the characters that you bring in if they are not stats boosted. So Dawson does have a special interrupt. He does special interrupt on additional damage. That's Sabo special, Shank special, or Weevil special. That additional damage, if you do that, he'll blow away a character. So don't use Shank special or Sabo special or Weevil special against him. But his health should be low enough that you can just attack through within 2 turns for a while. You can also use Carrot earlier on if you want to, because there's 2 strategies we're doing here. We're going to try to either kill Zoro Sanji in 1 or 2 turns. They're going to prevent all debuffs. Every single version of Zoro Sanji prevents all debuffs. This time we're limited to 3 specials a turn, and there is 50 turns of percent damage reduction, which is why you really want to use that Carrot friend captain. So we're going to swap over to Oven, use their special to get the transformation, shuffle our orbs. And we're going to also use Kizaru's special. Now, you can either try to go all in here, use Weevil and Luffy specials, or you can burst on the second turn. So here, I'm going to show you the safer way of doing it. We'll use Kizaru's special. You can swap out Magellan for either a Chain Locker or another Type Booster. You can use a Type Boost on this turn, first of all. And remember that Weevil does do quite a bit of damage with his increased stats. And I should have attacked with my Luffy because Luffy's not boosted my Carrot. So turn 2, we got good orbs, but who cares? He's actually going to lock our chain to 1.1 times on turn 1 and clear buffs. On turn 2, we'll use that Luffy special, Shuffle Orbs. Didn't get great orbs, but it's fine. We have our Orb Boost. And we have a Type Boost. And we have a Type Boost. There we go. And then Zoro's Sanji will die. So you got a few options for taking this fight down. You can use Weevil and Luffy and Smoothie Oven on turn 1, and then Carrot and whoever else you have on turn 2 to finish it off. You can use a Chain Locker, and if it's a multiple turn Chain Locker, you don't have to worry about that 1.1 times Chain Lock. And for all these Zoro Sanjis, they shouldn't do things based off of health values. They should all be turn-based effects, not health-based effects. So always be that Chain Lock and clear buff on turn 1. Against the Strength one, they will eventually... And isn't that animation just beautiful? They will eventually, on that Strength one, blow away your crew. So you want to kill him on that turn 2. Every single Zoro Sanji also has special interrupts on health cuts, so do not bring health cutters on these fights. Against the quick one, I believe, so most of these guys, whenever you use a special health cut, they will heal back to full and blow away your crew. I believe on the quick one, it only heals back to full. So if you have to use a health cutter, like someone who does a health cut, but also does stuff you need, then he'll just heal back up to full. Yeah, the quick one just heals back up. It doesn't matter. But for the strength and int, do not use health cutters at all. Thanks for that sub.
This bond battle is super.
Thanks. Anyways, on round 2, we are going to be using another Carrot team. But this time, it's going to be about that Croc. And the int battle is probably the hardest of all 3 of these versions. Definitely the hardest of all 3 of these versions, actually, for sure. If you have Sai Hina, the int version becomes a lot easier. Sai Hina opens up a lot of options because she actually is an affinity boost that works for your team. This time around, the special characters, or the characters that get special cooldown reduced are Slashers, Fighters, Shooters, and Cerebral. Try to use those Fighters, Shooters, Cerebral characters. Croc is going to become our captain later on, so that's going to be very important. Nami as our captain. Treasure Map Nami, very, 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 very good for this fight. Because Treasure Map Nami is... Oh, shoot, we got the secret stage. So, there's secret stage. Normally, Wadatsumi is here. And when you get Wadatsumi, he still burns you for 2 turns. But, if you get the secret stage on each one of these, they will give you a positive buff on death. Which is really nice. Do not get hit by the burn on this stage, because it is a 10,000 damage burn, so you will die very, very quickly. Normally, you will not get these rainbow orbs, so ignore the rainbow orbs. But it doesn't really matter, because Nami's going to give us fully matching orbs anyways. So that's nice. The secret stages for the strength and quick versions are a little better. One of them locks your chain to like 3.25 times. The other one gives you a nice big tight boost. So... here, the rainbow orbs won't matter. Zoro Sanji would give you all int on the right column and all block on the left column. Nami will make you have all matching orbs. So, rainbow orbs, matching orbs, same thing. Doesn't really affect this team at all. We're going to use Croc for the better captain ability, but after we use Weevil for the better tight boost for everybody on your team. Gonna get that orb boost. Gonna get that chain lock. Oh wait, what am I saying? Don't use orb boosters. Totally forgot. On the int version, he'll preemptively clear all buffs, paralyze you for 3 turns, give you int on the right column, block on the left column, prevents debuffs, and if you use an orb boost along with a health cut, he will blow away 2 random characters. So don't use orb boost. We're just using Carrot for her 4 times captain ability, which we'll also be using Croc for when we swap over to him. Obviously, that was just an example of what not to do. What we want to do is use our Nami, and use our Weevil, and use everyone except for Carrot. Don't use your Carrot. You can use Carrot on the previous stage to help you kill Wadatsumi, but don't use Carrot. That's all. And make sure you use Weevil before Croc, because you do not want Croc to give you the 2 times type boost to himself only. You want Weevil's type boost to everybody. Remember, you have affinity boost for your cerebral characters, so these two characters have affinity boost, but you want to be ending on Weevil because not only does Weevil have double his stats, so you can see here that Weevil's stats are absolutely humongous, but also because Weevil has the additional type damage on himself, which will be quite good. So we're going to attack like so. I should do a little under 15 million damage. Cool. About a little over 14 million damage. Well, I'll ask you a few times, but for sure, the first one you're gonna start dying on is the int version. If you have Hina, swap out Pedro for Hina right away, you're good to go. You can swap out Law for a side despair remover. And of course, just use a better team like an Aokiji captain. And you'll do a lot better versus the Psy version. And then finally, versus the quick version. Quick version, we're going to be using a Nami friend captain. Zoro Sanji as our captain. The quick version reduces the cooldowns of Strength, Dex, and Int characters. Strength, Dex, Int. So unfortunately, our Zoro Sanji is not going to have his cooldowns reduced because it's going to start off as Sanji and it doesn't get the cooldown until we actually get in stage. So everyone except for Zoro Sanji is going to get their cooldowns reduced. Weevil, once again, being used on this team because Weevil is perfect for basically all three of these fights. And we're going to be stalling for that Sanji special until that's ready. So we're going to take it slow, actually take turns to get through here. That's 1 turn from preemptives. 3 turns on each of these turtles. And you'll probably have to take 2 turns on Zeo in order to have Sanji special ready. So take it slow. Make it happen. Don't get too angsty. And you can use a ship or specials to reduce the cooldown of your Sanji. So if you want, you can replace the Shanks with a cooldown reducer. He's just gonna make it easier to get through some of the earlier stages. So now we get 3 turns on Sanji. So we don't want to kill him right away. 1 more turn and then we're good. So take this first turn, just attack. Zeo preemptively reduces the attack of all your Dex characters. Oh, don't kill him yet. Calm down, calm down. And prevents debuffs to himself. You know who gets rid of attack down? Oh, hey, Weevil does. So this second turn, you can use a Shank special here if you like. The only one with the tap timing special interrupt is Dawson. So he's just the one you want to avoid. Boom, take him out. Remember, don't stall till turn 3, because that's when they'll rewind all your specials by 5 turns. Against Zoro Sanji! Still a lot of hit points. They will despair for 5 turns and do punching only debuff. And remember, you don't know what that means. That means any specials you deal will not do any damage at all. Remember that Neptune is our despair remover. Remember, he also gives us an orb boost. So we want to use Nami's orb boost or Zoro Sanji's orb boost instead. So we're going to swap over to Zoro, get that orb boost. So we got the good orb boost from Zoro, the good affinity boost from Judge, and then the good type boost from Weevil. Nami is just here for Captain Billy, but you can use her to burst on the second turn if you'd like, or if you need to, if they survive. Do a second turn of burst and burst. And we do have another special cooldown of Shanks just to get some matching orbs in case you didn't have matching orbs already. There you go. Starting your Weevil, and then all your Dex characters. You'll do plenty of damage. And you're not going to get any additional damage from the Shanks because it is punching only. So Shank special, not adding damage. This team has way more damage than you'll need for quite some time. So you'll see how much more damage we are able to do with both our strength teams and our quick teams. The int team is the hardest fight. And if you lose, what you'll see is you'll see this page right here. You'll get a message that looks like this. It says you've lost. You want to hit the left button for yes, I need help, and you'll ask anyone on your friends list to help. Whenever you continue fights from a friends list, remember that it continues based off of how much health they had at the time. So let's say the boss had let's say the boss had 20 million hit points, and you were able to do 10 million of that damage, then when your friends start that fight, it will start at full health, but it will only be that 10 million hit points. So even when you can't beat fights, you want to do as much damage as you can, so that way whoever is picking up that fight after you is able to beat it more easily. So even if you can't beat it yourself, try to do as much damage as you can. That way your friends can finish it off for you. Anyways, that's the free-to-play version of these fights. I'll have some more teams after this. That will be a little bit better. I can handle it for longer. I've been Zeenigami, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck. And remember that you're not going to be able to fully limit break Zoro Sanji this time around. The limit break materials that you're able to get are only 6 of the jewels. Yeah, no, only 5 jewels are you able to get this time around. So it's going to take us a few different bond battles before we're able to max out Zoro Sanji's limit break. I've been Zeenigami. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all stay beautiful.